guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing a beauty inventory. The last video I did was the makeup, so if you're interested in like makeup products, that was that video. This is going to be more like toiletries, like hair products, like skincare, like that type of thing. I was doing these kind of yearly, but yeah, just skipped last year because of time and whatever. Yeah, so even though I didn't make the video last year, I did take pictures of my products, so I kind of have that to look back on. I don't know how the pictures are gonna go up or anything like that, but we'll just do our best. This might be a little bit like, I don't know if it's boring for you if you're really into like huge collections, or it might be very like, I don't know, maybe inspiring if you're trying to minimize your stuff. But yeah, it is always good to kind of collect everything and see like what you have, because even for someone who doesn't really have like a ton of stuff where it's like unmanageable, life happens and you just forget you have stuff and you want to keep track of your things. So it's always good to do a check-in. So let's get started. All right, so we'll start with shampoo. Yes, we'll start with 2023. I had 2, and last year I had 1, and then this year I have 1 full size that I haven't started yet. That one is the L'Oreal shampoo, and then I have one that's like a jojoba herbal essences shampoo that has like a little bit left, and then a sample. So this is definitely like a tad more than what I had in the past, but not like ridiculous, you know what I mean? Like I don't really go out and buy like tons of shampoos to try out. I kind of do one in, one out, so I'm not really concerned about my shampoo inventory. The Moroccan one, that little sample, I do not like that at all. I'm going to probably declutter that because I was under the impression it was going to be this like moisturizing, gentle shampoo, but I feel like it strips my hair and it leaves my hair even more dry, so I'm probably going to declutter that. Anyway, conditioner, I had 2 in 23 and 24, and now I have 1, I guess, full-size conditioner and 3 samples. Again, not really worried here. I definitely want to make sure I use the samples because those can get forgotten and like shuffled in with other things, so I just want to make sure I use those. Yeah, I really like the Aveeno one, the full-size one. That's pretty good. Oh, sorry, these are also hair masks. I didn't make a separate category for hair masks, so I kind of threw that in there too. The Revlon one comes with box hair dye. I love those box hair dye conditioners. I think they're fabulous. But yeah, this is what we're up to. Not really worried about conditioner. Again, 1 in, 1 out, and some of these are like free birthday gifts, so that's why I have a little bit more samples. Body wash, I had 1 in 23, and then I had 2 last year, and now I'm down back to 1. I don't like to have a ton of these either. I'm kind of minimal with like body wash and stuff like that. A couple years ago I used to have like so many different types and like a back stock. Now it's just easier for me to have one like generic fragrance, even though I do think other scents are fun. I don't like using winter body wash when it's like spring, so then I end up storing them, and then that's just me personally. I just end up storing them, and then it becomes like you have a whole back stock, because that did happen to me one year where I had like all these fall and winter like really fun cute body wash. It becomes a back stock, and I just don't want to have all this stuff in my closet. So that's why that's that. But yeah, it's just easier. So for bar soap, I had 1 in 2023, none last year, and then none this year. Now my husband does use bar soap, so it's not like we don't have it in the house, but me personally, I haven't purchased like any for me. Maybe I'll get back into that again. Now we're getting to skincare. So face cleansers, I only use baby shampoo for this, or baby wash, something along those lines, and that's what I use at night. I don't usually wash my face in the morning, so I use that at night for removing makeup usually, or anytime if I feel like I want to wash my face. But yeah, that's what I use, so that's pretty basic. I usually use the Target brand, but any brand will do. For toners, I had 1 in 2023, 1 in 2024, and I just finished a bottle recently, so I don't currently have a toner in my collection, which I kind of want one. I think they're nice to freshen up my face in the morning when I don't typically wash my face, so sometimes it's nice to have that like refresh, but I haven't bought it or bought one. I was using a Peach and Lily one, which I really liked, but yeah, ever since that ran out, I just haven't repurchased any toner. So I don't know, that could go pump up back to 1. We'll see, but yeah, interesting that has gone to 0. All right, so face moisturizer, I had 3 in 2023. I don't know how much I had last year. I don't know if I took a picture and just didn't write the number down, but whatever. Yeah, and then this year I have 2. So the 2 face moisturizers I use during the daytime are a CeraVe SPF, and then I bought this Olay SPF moisturizer. The reason why I have two of these, I don't really have two SPFs going at once, but like, yeah, I have two because the CeraVe one leaves a white cast and it's like super annoying, and it's fine like if you layer makeup over it. Like today I have it on and I have foundation on, so it's fine. But there are days maybe when I don't want to wear foundation, and so I need something that is not going to leave a white cast. So I end up getting the Olay one. So that's why I have two. The Olay one I bought at Rite Aid. They're actually closing a bunch near us, so I was able to get that like super discounted because they're trying to liquidate everything, so that was cool. Also, I use grapeseed oil as a moisturizer for my face, usually if I'm not going out or it's nighttime or whatever, so that's in there. I guess you could say that's three products that I use. But the grapeseed oil is a very multi-purpose for me. I use that for face and body, so yeah. And then we have like face serums or treatments. I had two in 2023. I still have two, or have two currently. So these are anything that like improves the skin, texture, appearance, fine lines, whatever. So I use a retinol, the Good Molecules one, and I switch off between that and the Ordinary's mandelic acid. I think that's what I have. And I like both, and I don't use a moisturizer when I use either of these. So yeah, but if I take a break from using any type of serum, I will use just the grapeseed oil. I don't really get super experimental with serums, like having multiple ones out, because I feel like that kind of, I don't know, I feel like when there's too many skincare products, I don't know what's doing what, and it's easier to manage too for me. So that I like to keep a little bit simpler. Most things I like to keep simple, but when it comes to skincare, but yeah. Face masks, I had one in 2023, one last year, and now I'm down to 0. I finally used up that Innisfree mask. That took ages, but yeah, I don't have any masks at the moment. I do like using masks. That Innisfree one was nice. I usually like them for, you know, clearing out the dead skin and like softening your skin, and that one definitely did that. I'm not great about consistently using face masks though. So then they end up sitting around for a really long time, and I just don't know how I feel about that. So, and that wasn't even the full size one. That one was like a mini size. So, and I couldn't even finish that in like 2 years. It took me 2 years to finish it. So I don't know. I just have to know my rhythm with these things. I either have to get better at using them more often, or just understand that I'm only going to use them once every 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes longer. I don't know. In a way, I do kind of miss that in my routine, but I've been fine not having it in my routine for now, but eventually probably will get another one. For a deodorant, this is kind of random, but I had two in 2023. One was like no aluminum, and the other one did have aluminum in it. Then it became one last year, and now I just have one. So right now it's more of like an antiperspirant. Like that is more effective for me. The Mitchum one is pretty good. Talk about body moisturizer. So I had 3 in 2023, I think. Again, not including the grapeseed oil that I always use. And then last year I had 2, I think. And then the body oil, the grapeseed oil. And then this year I have a very teeny amount of the grapeseed oil left, and this other lotion that my mom actually gave me and my kids, which I use and they use, and it's just like whatever. So I'm kind of running low on this category. They didn't have grapeseed oil at Aldi's when I went this last time because they have the best deal. It's like $5 for like a big thing like this. They didn't have it, so I don't know what we're gonna do about that. But I love grapeseed oil, clearly. I don't really like using lotion on my body anymore. I like oil because it's like quicker. It like absorbs quicker. All right. Hand cream, I used to count as a category. So I had 1 2 years ago. Now I only have 1 that's actually at work. So yeah, when it comes to hand cream, I don't use it in the summer or spring. I use it all the time in the winter. So I only use it for half the year, or even less than that. So not really a problem category. Yeah, the one I have at work is a Dove one, I think. That's actually for the body and hands or face. I don't even know if it's for your face, but I use that all the time. And I like that one a lot. That's actually a really good one, but it just has a very strong fragrance. So if I can find a picture of it, I will put it up because right now, like I said, it's at my work, so I don't have it with me. I included perfumes, body sprays, fragrance, whatever. I put that in my makeup inventory, but I'll quickly touch on that here because why not? I had 6 perfumes and 3 body sprays in 2023. Last year I had 5 and then 2 body sprays. And then this year I have 4 fragrances, 3 body sprays, and 8 samples. So this category like both went down and went up. I talked about this in my other video, but like I don't like having a ton of perfume because I have a hard time getting through large bottles of it. So I have decluttered a lot over time and finished some over time as well. But for me, my best approach towards perfume is to have like little samples probably, or like not the huge full size ones, because I honestly get tired of them after like halfway through the container. I just like get sick of it, or it just takes forever to use up, which is good in a way because you get your money's worth out of it, but it's also not good if you get sick of fragrance very quickly. So yeah, at this point I do like the fragrances I have. I like my spring and summer fragrances because they're a little bit more updated. My winter ones are from years ago, and I will use those up before I buy any more, but they're not like my most favorite perfumes. I mean, they're both really good. I like Victor Raw Flower Bomb. I like the Victoria's Secret one. I think they're good. You know, I just need to like either use them or figure out what's going on there before I buy any other ones, because again, I don't want to add more to my collection right now. Eye cream, I've had zero for the past 3 years, so that should have really been with the skincare category. But yeah, I haven't had any eye creams. I just use my regular moisturizer, so that's not an issue and not even a category to count in my inventory, so cool. For hair products though, I had about 11 in 2023. It went down to about 10. So this year I still have 10. This is hair styling products, so not like, you know, obviously shampoos and conditioners. If I want to break it down further, I have 2 hairsprays, 2 cans of mousse. One is like full size, one is travel. Like pomades, heat protectant products, things like that. And then the Got To Be Ultra Glued, my husband actually gave that to me, and I use that on my daughter for her recitals. I don't really use the Ultra Glued, so I'm gonna count it because I have it and I hold on to it. So that Aussie Hair Care is more of a conditioner, so that shouldn't be in this category. So because it's like a spray conditioner, so I think in my brain it was like thinking it was hairstyling, but it's actually like a conditioner. I don't know. So it's really 9, I think. Okay, now my numbers are all messed up. My hair products have been a journey. Like I've had all these samples at one point because a friend had given me a bunch of samples that I finally finished up one year. And I've used up a mousse and then repurchased the mousse, and like all this stuff has happened between 2023 and now, even last year and now. So yeah, I'm okay with hair products. I don't like to buy hair products too often besides what I actually use, because there have been lots of products over the years that I notice I don't touch and haven't really needed, but you know, I always wanted to try things and whatever. So I think I'm okay with this. It's not like the most minimal, but again, some of these are like practical. Everything has a function and I use things up. I think some of these are a little older though, like the Biolage, I guess it's like a hair serum. That's really, really old. It's like that small yellow one. I am starting to try to pan that right now. So that is, yeah, probably gonna get used up soon because it's just really old, and I have other products that kind of do the same thing, even though I really, really like that one. It's just gonna be one less product I have to deal with. So I'm really excited to hopefully use that up soon. So yeah, I do use these, and it's not like I see anything here that is useless ultimately, but I always like less. So however this tends to change or shift over time, I'm okay with that too. Now it's gonna get kind of random. Makeup brushes, I was keeping an inventory of this. In 2023, apparently I had like 56 makeup brushes and 6 beauty blenders. Last year, couldn't tell you. I don't know what was going on with that. But now I'm down to 52 brushes and 6 beauty blenders, the same 6 that I had 2 years ago. So it looks like I got rid of some. It might be actually 53, not 52. So it looks like I probably got rid of like 2 or 3 over the last 2 years. I've always said in past inventories that this was a higher number than what I need or want, but it's one of those, like, I'm not probably going to declutter brushes because I'm a little bit of a hoarder and I kind of use these anyway. So maybe I'll find more brushes to declutter over time, because this is excessive. Like, it's a lot. I don't need all of these. Like, I think there was some time in my past I was like a little brush happy and like collecting brushes and this and that, and I still have a lot of them. I got rid of a lot, but I also still have 52. So this is just a bigger number, and like whatever happens here happens. I probably could declutter a couple more though, just that I don't use, but I seem like I find a use for all my brushes. I can like rotate them, and like, you know, I don't have to wash them as frequently when you have this many. But then when you have a lot of them built up to wash, that's also a thing. So I don't know, whatever. Then I have a hand sanitizer category. Like, what? But I guess I had some laying around that I wanted to finish. But 2 years ago, I had one hand sanitizer. Last year, I had one. And then this year, I have two. Now, I have seen people that have like collections of hand sanitizers. So maybe that's why I included this. But maybe I had a couple stragglers that I needed to pan. Because hand sanitizer does go bad. I didn't think that it did because it's alcohol, but it does lose its efficiency apparently. And I did have some stragglers, so I guess it made sense to have this as a category, but I have two right now. One's a full size, one's a mini, or not a mini, like a travel size. Yeah, my goal is to use these consistently and maybe always have like a mini size of it so I don't have huge bottles everywhere. We went to Disney World this year and felt like I needed a smaller one, so I bought a smaller one. So yeah, anyway, this is a kind of a weird category for me to have, but yeah, I have two. Now, if I had like a collection of like all these hand sanitizers, I would definitely maybe include this next year, but I don't think I will because I don't have a hand sanitizer problem. I'm gonna stop with the inventory there because I don't have any scalp scrubs. I guess I had a scalp scrub 2 years ago and then I haven't ever since. So last year I didn't have one and then this year I didn't. The gist is, like kind of what I said at the beginning, like I don't like to keep a ton of things, but sometimes things do creep up a little bit here and there, but generally I don't find any issues with my toiletries, and I don't find myself like white knuckling to keep myself from buying a lot of things at this point in time. There definitely was that when I was like in my 20s more and like 30s, like exploring products, but I kind of know what I like these days, and I kind of like to keep things on the simpler side, and maybe you can kind of see that reflected in the numbers that I have here. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully it kind of inspires you to look at your stuff and see if you like where your numbers are at. I think I'm okay with my numbers, but I'm always happy to like use things up, and also I welcome bringing things into if that's something I want to do. Yeah, I don't want to be super nitpicky about numbers and my things as long as I'm not like noticing a huge shift in numbers for any category. I like to be able to manage my stuff and use things up in a somewhat timely manner, even though I know there's some things that are still kind of old in my hair collection and whatever. I hope you have a good day, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye guys.